Cardi B responds to Homeland Security's comments regarding ICE and raises questions about the Epstein files. Just when you think the situation couldn't escalate further, Cardi B demonstrates that she's not one to shy away from confrontation, particularly with the federal government. The Bronx rapper has plunged into a heated exchange with the Department of Homeland Security, transforming what began as a tense moment at a concert into a much more serious conflict. This isn't merely another celebrity feud on social media. It touches on immigration issues, previous controversies, and some of the most troubling secrets in recent American history. Cardi B is speaking her mind, and the government agency that challenged her is doing the same. Get ready, because this narrative is about to take you on an unexpected journey filled with surprising developments. Welcome to Pop Showroom, where we bring you the stories behind the headlines. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button right now, because this story goes deeper than anything you've seen in the mainstream media. It all kicked off Wednesday night in Palm Desert, California, where Cardi was performing as part of her highly anticipated Little Miss Drama Tour. The energy in the venue was already electric, fans screaming her name, the bass thumping through the speakers, everyone vibing to her hits. But then Cardi stopped mid-performance and did what she does best. She spoke her mind without a filter, and what she said sent shockwaves that would ripple far beyond that concert hall. Standing on that stage, mic in hand, Cardi looked out at her crowd and addressed something that's been weighing heavy on a lot of people's minds lately. She talked about ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency that's been making headlines for raids and deportations across the country. With the political climate heating up under President Donald Trump's administration, immigration has become one of the most explosive topics in America, and Cardi wasn't about to stay silent. She told her fans straight up that if ICE agents showed up at her concert trying to take anyone away, they were going to have a serious problem on their hands. "If ICE comes in here, we gon' jump their asses," she declared from the stage, her voice cutting through the music and hitting every person in that room. The crowd went wild. Some cheered, some gasped, but everyone understood the message. Cardi was making it clear that she wasn't going to let her fans, many of whom might be immigrants or have immigrant families, be targeted or terrorized. She added that she would not allow anyone to be taken away, and the way she said it left no room for doubt. This wasn't a joke. This wasn't for shock value. This was Cardi B drawing a line in the sand and daring anyone to cross it. Now, you'd think that would be the end of it. A rapper speaks out at a concert, fans talk about it online, maybe it trends for a day or two, and then everyone moves on. But not this time. The Department of Homeland Security, the massive federal agency responsible for ICE and national security, decided they weren't going to let Cardi's comments slide. They saw the TMZ report covering what she said on stage, and instead of ignoring it like most government agencies would, they decided to clap back. And they clapped back hard. The official Department of Homeland Security account on X, formerly known as Twitter, posted a response that had people's jaws on the floor. "As long as she doesn't drug and rob our agents, we'll consider that an improvement over her past behavior," they wrote. Just like that, the agency dragged up one of the most controversial chapters of Cardi B's past and put it on blast for the whole world to see. For anyone who doesn't know the backstory, let's rewind. Before Cardi B became the chart-topping, Grammy-winning superstar we know today, she was struggling to survive. She's never hidden the fact that she used to work as a stripper in New York City, doing whatever she had to do to make ends meet and escape an abusive relationship. Back in 2019, an old video resurfaced where Cardi admitted that during those tough times, she had drugged and robbed men who came to see her. It was a confession that sparked outrage, debates, and a whole lot of criticism. People called her out, dragged her online, and questioned her character. But Cardi didn't run from it. She owned up to it, explaining that those were the choices she made when she felt like she had no other options. "Whether or not they were poor choices at the time, I did what I had to do to survive." She also made it clear she never claimed to be perfect or a role model for everything she'd done in her past. She acknowledged her mistakes, but she also didn't apologize for surviving. So when Homeland Security brought that up in their tweet, it wasn't just a casual jab. It was a calculated move meant to discredit her, to remind everyone of her past, and to paint her as someone without the moral authority to criticize a government agency. But if they thought Cardi was going to shrink away or apologize, they clearly didn't know who they were dealing with. Cardi B has built her entire career on being unapologetically herself, on speaking truth even when it's uncomfortable, and on never backing down from a fight. She wasn't about to start now, especially not when a federal agency was trying to embarrass her in front of millions of people. Cardi fired back with a response that flipped the entire narrative on its head and brought up something far more disturbing than anything from her own past. She went straight for the jugular, bringing up one of the most infamous names in recent history. She wrote, "If we talking about drugs, let's talk about Epstein and friends drugging underage girls to rape them. Why y'all don't want to talk about the Epstein files?" And just like that, Cardi redirected the entire conversation away from her own past mistakes and towards something infinitely darker and more sinister. She was talking about Epstein and friends, the wealthy financier who was arrested and charged with sex trafficking minors before he died in jail under suspicious circumstances. The Epstein case has haunted the public consciousness for years, especially because of the rumored list of powerful people who were allegedly connected to his crimes. Recently, files related to Epstein's case were released, reigniting public interest and raising serious questions about who knew what and who was involved. By bringing up Epstein, Cardi wasn't just defending herself, she was calling out the hypocrisy of a government agency trying to shame her for survival crimes she committed years ago while seemingly ignoring or protecting powerful elites who allegedly participated in or enabled the abuse of children. It was a bold move, a risky move, and a move that instantly shifted the conversation from Cardi B's past to the failures of the justice system. Social media exploded after her response. People on both sides of the political spectrum started weighing in. Some praised Cardi for using her platform to shine a light on uncomfortable truths and for refusing to be silenced. Others criticized her for her past actions and argued that she shouldn't be the one leading conversations about morality or justice. But even those critics couldn't ignore the fact that she raised a valid point about Epstein. The files, the names, the questions, they're all still there, largely unanswered, while the government focuses its energy on things like a rapper's concert remarks.
The reality is that this situation highlights a much bigger problem in our society. We live in a world where people are quick to judge and condemn individuals for their past mistakes, but slow to hold powerful institutions and elites accountable for far worse crimes. Cardi B made mistakes when she was young, broke, and desperate. She's admitted that. She's never claimed to be perfect. But the people implicated in the Epstein files? Many of them have never faced real consequences, never been held accountable, and continue to live their lives in comfort and power. That's the double standard Cardi is calling out, and it's a message that's resonating with a lot of people who are tired of seeing the rich and powerful get away with everything while everyone else gets dragged for the smallest things. As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: Cardi B isn't backing down. She's not apologizing. She's not going silent. She's standing her ground, using her voice, and forcing people to confront uncomfortable truths. Whether you love her or hate her, you can't deny that she's fearless. And in a time when so many people are afraid to speak up, that fearlessness matters. This isn't just about a concert comment or a tweet. This is about power, accountability, and who gets to tell whose story. Cardi B is making sure her story doesn't get twisted, and she's shining a light on the stories that too many people want to keep buried. The drama is far from over, and you can bet Cardi will have more to say. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.